welcome to the channel. My name is Dan White. It's great to have you here today. This is a place for you to grow in your piano skills. I share piano tips, tricks, and hacks, things that I have picked up through all my years of playing piano and want to share them with you, so hopefully the journey is just a bit shorter for you than it was for me. And today we're going to get into what I call lazy piano playing, and the way you do that is by knowing and understanding inversions. So we're going to hop right into that now. Okay, so at the beginning of this video, you saw me playing and may have realized what the song was. What I was doing was minimal movement with my hands. And so the way that I think about inversions is I relate it to lazy piano playing, is that I don't move very much, but I create a lot of sound, and you can still move quickly. You can still generate the sounds you want to just by understanding inversions. And so the way I think about inversions is, let me put this graphic on the screen, is what you're seeing in front of you. Now you should still be able to read that, but what you are seeing is that you can mess around with the kind of the notes or the letters, right, of the words, and I'm gonna say of the chords, and you can still achieve the understanding, right? And so similarly, this is how inversions work. This is a G chord. No matter how I play it here, as I move these notes around, I'm still getting G sounds, and I can still understand that it's a G, even though it's spelled a little bit differently, all right? So we're gonna get into it here as we work on inversions today, but I just wanted to give you that little visual first because I think it's helpful. What's gonna happen is you're gonna be able to play and voice chords the way that you want to here in the coming days and weeks, all right? All right, so first up, let's start in C. And I'm going to play and also use the iPad here so you can get a visual of what's happening, but we're gonna start in C major on the 1 chord, C, E, G, that's the C major chord in root position. You can think of it as like home base. This is how we first learn our C chord. And the next inversion, all that happens is the C moves up to the top, and now we play E, G, C. So let me pull that up on the screen here for you so you can see it. E, G, C. All right, and if you're already working ahead, then you know that the next way up is to go E to the top, and we get G, C, E, right? Let me put that on the screen for you as well. G, C, E. Now, those are where the chord notes are at. That's what's played on each of these inversions, but you also need to know where to put your hand on it. So the way we number our hands is thumb is 1, pointer 2, then middle 3, ring fingers 4, and then pinkies 5. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is really simple, but I already have it on here for you. So in root position, we're going to play 1, 3, 5, or thumb, middle, pinky. All right, and you can play it all together, or you can break it up as I'm playing here, as I'm kind of rolling the notes, as you heard me doing that intro, and I was rolling them up. The next inversion is first inversion, and the way you put your fingers on that is 1, 2, 5. All right, so thumb, pointer, pinky. And then the one after that is second inversion. So again, G, C, E, but we play it 1, 3, 5, thumb, middle, pinky. So let's just play through this once, where we go root, first inversion, second inversion, and you can go slower than this if you want to. Let's do one that's broken. 1, 3, 5, first inversion, 1, 2, 5, second inversion, 1, 3, 5, and let's take it back to root. 1, 3, 5. So you could run that all the way up the keyboard and go at whatever pace you need to go. There's no right or wrong pace right now. You just need to learn your inversions to understand where these chords are at, so that you can play them here in the near future and understand when you look at the keyboard where your chords are at. Now, I have a little homework for you, all right? So I have the chords written out here. I'm going to put a little worksheet in the description. There's a link below. You can print out this sheet, and all you're going to do is just write out the chords like I have and write out their inversions, all right? Or you can use an iPad or just a blank piece of paper. Anything will work. But I want you to look at these chords. We're going to do one together. We're going to look at F major, F, A, C, and I've got all the chords that you'll play in the key of C. I've got F major, G major, A minor. I'm going to move back down here, D minor, and E minor, and we already did C, all right? And we're going to leave off B diminished just because that's not a chord you'll play that often. So F, A, C. The next one up, let me get my pen tool here. We're going to take this F, and I think we already learned before, we put it to the top. The other two come down to the bottom. So the way you would write this out in the worksheet is you would write A at the base, and then you would write C, and then you'd move that F up top. That's your first inversion, all right? For second inversion, we do the same thing. The A goes to the top, and these two come down, right? And so we would get C, F, A. All right, that's our second inversion. So let's play those. So first up is F, A, C. That's root. Next up is first inversion, which we said was A, C, F. And then the last one is second inversion, C, F, A. So 1, 3, 5, 1, 2, 5, and 1, 3, 5 as I put my hands on it, right? So that is F major. Now you've got G, A minor, D minor, and E minor left to work out, and I would ask you to do that because this week what I'm going to do is I'm going to put out a lesson later in the week that will help you as you play these chords to be able to really voice chords how you want to. Plus, I'm going to give you some bonus pro tips for how professional musicians play their intervals and their chords. But we got to know how to move around first in the basics of the chord before we can expound and expand our knowledge in this area. So I'm really looking forward to teaching you lazy piano. I think you're going to love it a lot. That's this week's lesson. I know it's short and sweet, but we had to get through this part first so we can get on to step 2 here coming later in the week. Hey, thanks for being here today. It's always great having you at the channel. If you would like the video, subscribe to the channel. And if you haven't yet, I would also recommend picking up the newsletter, which you can see in the description below. What I do there is I make sure that you have information ahead of time. I will let you know what's coming up around the corner, as well as I've got some kind of fun things happening behind the scenes right now that I can't wait to update you on. Something specific coming out is going to happen on Thanksgiving. I won't give it all away, but I will say it's going to help your mood. It's also going to help your piano playing skills, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. So if you want to know about that, make sure you get signed up because I'm going to talk about it there first. Have a great week. And if you have any questions, please leave comments below. I'm happy to help. See you soon.